The spring anime season has been moderately well received with sequels of Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia, a new eerie Koi blockbuster, and another Emoto smut anime that people are watching for some reason. However, there's an original show this season that I've been watching that is slowly becoming my most anticipated every week that hasn't been getting its proper praise. And to my disappointment, because that's supposed to matter, the show is currently ranked 21 on the scored anime for this season. Now that's fine and dandy since it's stupid to rate a show before it ends, but seeing it's only ranked 19 on the most members is absurd. It's time for me to take my recommendation skills out the shed and inform you why Sakura Quest is awesome and why you should be watching it. Sakura Quest is the latest in PA Works' Cute Girls at Work shows, following Shirobako and Hanasaku Iroha, discussing themes of post-college development and balancing work life and passion. The story follows Yoshino Koharu, a college graduate nearing the end of her grace period and struggling to find work. She decides to take a job from her talent agency to act as a mascot for a tourism program in a rural town called Mayayama for some fast cash. However, Yoshino doesn't read the fine print and finds out that she signed a contract to be the queen of Mayayama for a whole year and the hijinks ensue. Sakura Quest is about being a millennial in a crowded and competitive job market, and in my opinion, a true sequel to Shirobako. In Shirobako, the characters are trying to find ways to overcome their challenges in their data industry and trying to find the strength to stay on that horse. In Sakura Quest, these characters have already fallen off the horse and are trying to decide if they should hop back on. These characters are all failures on some level, with them being at a lower standing or in a different field than they want to be, or just going nowhere at all. The two characters that show this struggle the most are Sane and Maki, who are both out of their job market. Sane is a freelance web designer running a blog and seems to be running out of work. It's revealed that she's been struggling with her freelance work ever since leaving the company that she dedicated so much of her time to. Maki is an actress from Mayayama that has had more success than most, and has taken several odd jobs, giving her a mass amount of experience, but nevertheless is still back in Mayayama working for the Tourism Association. During her arc, a film crew comes to town and she doesn't want to be involved because she feels like she's already lost her chance at success. These are all issues that creative millennials all over the world are struggling with, and the series deals with them in ways that are very optimistic, yet realistic. Honestly, the way Yoshino gets wrapped into the whole Mayayama business isn't all that surprising. Consider how many times you filed an application only to find out in the interview that it's nothing like the job description. I mean seriously, what the fuck is a design thinking reporter and why is it being recommended to me? Yoshino is in the position that most college grads my age are in, buying time with the hopes of finding work with nothing but a piece of paper to help get us through the door, until inevitably accepting work we don't truly desire. By the time we meet Yoshino, she's been denied by 30 companies and seems to be getting desperate, suggesting in the interview that she would be willing to be a secretary instead of a manager. Despite having modeling photos on the wall, modeling seems to only be a side gig than a passion, and might not have any real passion at all, other than living in the city. What's amazing about Yoshino is that she would be a great asset to any company and has great determination to get the job done. When challenged to sell 100 boxes of manju, she uses every idea she can come up with and drives into it with full force, engaging in 3 different operations, informs the tourism board through her enthusiasm and drive for an operation that's pretty much doomed to fail. It's really endearing to see a character in this situation with this much determination and drive. She is able to pull Sine out of her slump by giving her both time to think and telling her that while anyone can do her job, it's the way she does it that makes her special. This doesn't mean Yoshino's a miracle worker, as she makes major oversights at times and her ideas are overly ambitious. But the other characters are able to rein her in as she learns from her mistakes. By the time we reach episode 7, Yoshino calls herself the queen so naturally, and through these challenges I'm certain she'll be a great character by the end of the series. The major challenge to the show that Yoshino and the others have to face is fixing Mayayama's failing economy. The main hurdle is the Merchants Association, a group of old business owners that resist the Tourism Association's attempts at change and makes every episode a struggle of innovation versus tradition. This isn't to say that the Merchants Association are the bad guys, they simply don't want things to change. Recall how many companies have changed over the years and how many of their customers say that they're not the same anymore. However, that refusal to change is what leads to the town's current stagnation and failing economy. It's an issue that has even had a negative effect on our 2 remaining main characters. Shihoria has grown up in Mayayama and seems to be the only woman her age that hasn't moved away. The town has given her a mold to follow to at least hold some pride for her city, but that mold has held her back from her true capabilities. And even worse is Riri, who has been left ostracized by her awkward interests and is unable to relate to anyone due to the lack of influx in the population. It gives reason to why people like Yoshino have a strong desire to live in the city. PA Works incorporates this issue in current society into his narrative masterfully. It kind of makes you realize that what the Tourism Association is trying to do is impossible. The Tourism Association's projects either end in failure or have very little success. But that's okay because it makes a great setup for the characters to learn and develop until the city gets to that sweet spot between pleasing the traditionalists and bringing in new innovation. While Sakura Quest doesn't have the bombastic action sequences and hype moments as Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia, or the complete fan service of Arrow Manga Sensei, seriously, why are people still watching this? The show has a great cast of characters and has at least one of them that you'll strongly relate to, in stories that are very important for our upcoming generation. As of making this video, Sakura Quest has aired 10 of its 25 episodes, but I have complete confidence that it will hold up for the remaining 15 due to what has aired so far and the success of its predecessors. Speaking of two core shows, there sure are a lot this season. I wonder how they'll all hold up. But that's the script, people. Like if you enjoyed the video. If you're watching Sakura Quest, let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe for more content. But until next time, this is your man on the outside looking in, signing out. Odd jobs, giving her a massive amount of experience. Really? It's gonna start thundering and lightning now? Oh my god. I'm never gonna get this video done.